recording? Oh, we're recording. Hey Megan, I'm responding to your last two videos, and you made 3 points that I wanted to respond to. First, you said that there is no evidence for Christianity, and for me, I don't really think you can make that claim. It would be one thing if you said that you're not convinced by any evidence for Christianity, or you haven't seen any evidence for Christianity, but to say that there is no evidence, like you can't show that there isn't any evidence. And I mean, I'm assuming that you haven't read people like William Lane Craig and J.P. Moreland and James White, people like that, And so unless you get into Christian apologetics, I don't think you have any grounds for making that kind of a claim. Secondly, in response to that same point you made, I'm wondering what would you consider to be evidence for Christianity? What would be sufficient evidence to convince you that Christianity is true? Second, you said that no absolute truth. Wait, you said that there is no absolute truth other than scientific laws. This, I'm not trying to be mean, but this is kind of a frustrating statement for me when I come across atheists and agnostics, people like that, who say this, because it really doesn't even pass its own test. You can't prove scientifically that the only way we can gain knowledge is through science. You know what I mean? You can't use the scientific method to show that we can't gain knowledge other than the scientific method. That's a philosophical statement. You can't prove that scientifically. And I mean, and really, there's a lot of things when you really think about it, when you really sit down and think about it, there's a lot of things that science can't even account for, like itself, first of all. But second of all, things like the laws of logic. Like you can't prove the second law of logic, for example, that something cannot be both true and false in the same sense at the same time. You can't prove that using the scientific method. Thirdly, you were talking about absolute morality, which you're objecting to, and you said, well, you're basically saying that because people disagree on what is and is not moral, that therefore there is no absolute morality. Really, when you think about it, that would be like saying, like if somebody said that the earth is flat and the other person said that it's round, that the earth has no shape because of their disagreement. It doesn't follow because of disagreement that there is no truth. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you and me are disagreeing right now, but that doesn't mean that neither of us can be right. And so I really, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, if you can show me how people disagreeing proves that there is no absolute truth, I would appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I have to say, and I look forward to your response. Thanks.